We have all experienced those characters in video games where you just want to punch them right between the eyes, or worse. Trust me, I've been there a multitude of times, and I think I need some therapy at this point. These are the characters that either overexert their personality, have nothing to offer, are total jerks, etc., and have become this looming presence of annoyance. With that being said, I have gathered around 10 characters that I think personally are a nuisance, and this should go without saying, but this is from my perspective, it's not factual, and I've decided to put these guys in no particular order, though I will be sure to tell you some of my least favorite. So, without further ado, fellow friends and family, my name is Josh, also known as Garguini, and I hope you enjoyed the most irritating characters in video games. The first character on my list is Mark Zuckerberg, the MOBIUS administrator from Evil Within 2. This guy certainly gives off a reptilian vibe, doesn't he? Am I the only one? No? Maybe? Alright, well anyways, as one of the main villains in this game, it's not hard to imagine how annoying this man really is. He's more on par with one of my most hated characters, but a more subtle version of hatred is annoyance from my perspective. The MOBIUS administrator is a total tyrant that is after Sebastian's daughter Lily, as she's the core of their experiments, which, really dude, you're obsessed over a child, and if Chris Hansen was here, he would be disgusted after telling you to have a seat. I do have to give him credit where it's due. The majority of the game is within the Union, pretty much the alternative world, and the very last part of the game is where you really see his personality shine through, pretty much where he actually starts talking. So for him to have that small piece in the game and for me to find him this annoying is impressive. Also, this mandroid blatantly threatens and even tries to murder Kidman, the agent who's helping you from the outside, and if anyone tries to mess with Kidman, you are automatically hated by me and are therefore classified as irritating. I freaking love Kidman. Next up is Bayonetta from Super Smash Bros. That is right, ladies and gentlemen, we are not only including story characters, but characters from competitive games as well. Bayonetta is the worst character in the game, and you can't tell me otherwise. She has these ridiculous combos that, if in the right hands, can kill someone at stupidly low percents. I like Bayonetta from her games, I think she's a cool character, but when it comes to fighting against her online in Super Smash, that's where I draw, like, no. Next. My next character is the hologram from Doom Eternal. This lady is just weird. I understand she's the spokesperson for the UAC and all, but why does she sound like she's in a commercial half the time? Introducing Doom Eternal, a game with a decent campaign and a multiplayer mode that you'll love to ignore after a few rounds. She usually pops up at the quieter moments in the missions so you could listen to what she's talking about, which after playing through the missions a multitude of times, I still don't care about. This adds nothing to the story and nothing to the gameplay. She's just there blabbering on and on about how the demons are so grand and how we should submit to them, which I still don't get. Why is she advocating for the demons? Why is she blue? And how in the world are those hologram plates still intact? I don't understand that. The next one on my list is a familiar face on this channel, the Handler from Monster Hunter World. The Handler has a characteristic that most annoying characters have from my perspective, and that is, she talks way too much. She's always on and on about something that I just have no desire or energy to care about. Cool, your grandfather gave you that crystal that looks like Velkhana's scales. Can we just fight it already and get its equipment? In short, they give a character in a game like Monster Hunter too much character, if that makes sense. Too much emotion, there we go. Also, like, maybe I'm nitpicking, and I don't doubt that I am, but why is she always happy? Like, come on, have some serious moments, please. Like the serious Handler. I wish we could switch more between the two because she's more realistic to the world of Monster Hunter. No pun intended. The next character on my list is WRAITH from Apex Legends, which will definitely get me a lot of hate considering she is probably the most played character in the game right now, but I have my reasons. It's not that this character is totally bad. She does have an interesting backstory, but my main problem with her is pretty much all the players that main this character. 99% of the time when I see a WRAITH, it's usually a sweaty tryhard with a 20 kill badge, 4k damage, and some other ridiculous badge, and over 50,000 kills. Now, I use 50,000 as an exaggeration. Most people I see have like 10,000, which is still crazy, but there are a couple of WRAITHs on the leaderboards with around and over 100,000 kills. Like, Do you guys play any other games? I love this game, don't get me wrong. Season 5 is right around the corner and I'm excited for it, but I don't play this game 24/7. Like, even one of my favorite games, Monster Hunter World Iceborne, I get bored of it. I'm actually bored of it right now, and I move on to the next game. And because of all these players that main Wraith, over time this has translated to the character herself. It just, hearing her voice simply annoys me. I freaking hate her voice and attitude. I've seen it before in other games, but Wraith is the worst in my opinion. This tough girl personality, which has definitely been done right in the past. Like I said, I love Kidman, and Kidman has that type of personality. And it's great, but Wraith, just no. Like I said, I know her backstory. She was pretty much brought up as an experiment, being tortured every day. But I don't care. That doesn't make her annoying qualities go away. By the way, if you're watching this video right now and you main Wraith, I don't hate you. I just think your character is annoying through you secreting sweat from every orifice on your body, trying to hit 20 kills in every match you play. If you're mad at me, come at me in the comments section. My next character, or should I say characters, are TALO, MALO, and BETH from Twilight Princess. These 3 children treat you like an idol, always talking to you, asking you to show off the weapons you have, and even as far as taking your wooden sword, which you have to do in order to see the mayor's daughter who took your horse, which I did consider including her because of that specific point. She acts like she owns the horse, which you don't, you little brat, back off, it's my horse! Now, to make things more clear, here's the order of my favorite to least favorite. MALO, the short one, BETH, the girl, and TALO, the self-proclaimed leader. MALO is actually kind of funny, and I honestly don't mind his character too much, but because he hangs out with the other 2, he has to be included. BETH is obsessed with Link, which, I mean, makes sense, we're really attractive. But that doesn't make it any less creepy, especially her moaning noises that she makes every now and then. Just like, ew! And my least favorite, which, congrats TALO, you are the main reason why you and your group are on this list in the first place. This child needs to grow up. He acts like a brat and gets himself into trouble chasing a monkey, which he says the monkey is causing trouble, but would a monkey with a cute rose on its head really be all that bad? He does come around after we rescue him, but I still hate you. However, what is inexcusable is their treatment of Colin. Like he's gum beneath their shoe. I love Colin, and I'm sorry, but if anyone mistreats him, you would get hit with a sword. Except TALO takes it to practice for his next encounter. And when I actually first played Twilight Princess, like way back, I refused to give TALO the sword because I just didn't want to. I thought he was annoying then, and I still think he's annoying now. He even has the audacity to say that if he had the sword, he would have handled the situation. Like, yeah, sure, TALO. Up next on my list is Orochi from For Honor. Let me start off with a story. I remember I was just not having a good day in this game. Duel after duel, I just couldn't win. And after my last nerve was gone, I got up from my chair and I stomped my feet on the ground as hard as I could like a little child. Yes, I actually did that. My eyes were seeing red. And after thy vibrations reached the kitchen, the bear statue on top of the bread box fell and shattered into pieces. And guess what character made me go insane? I actually don't remember, but I bet it was an Orochi. On PC, it may not be as bad because of the frames per second you can get, but on console, it is a nightmare. Just light attack after light attack after light attack after light attack after light attack. It's ridiculous that I've played this game for a solid few months, and I could just never counter an aggressive Orochi. Between the limited frames, the ping, and choosing a character that can't block, which I usually chose, Orochi is that thorn in my foot that I keep trying to find until I realize that thorn is actually a torn muscle within my foot, which actually happened to me recently. I thought there was a thorn in my shoe. Turns out I actually tore a muscle in my foot from running too much. And you're probably thinking, you just suck at the game, which in response I say, you are not wrong. I'm not the greatest at the game. I honestly think I kind of suck, but I've had my godlike moments where I feel unstoppable. But I never have felt more scared than when facing against a weeb-loving Orochi. The next one on my list is Hop from Pokemon Sword and Shield. Ever since Pokemon X and Y, I've found all the rivals to be quite annoying and stupid. and this irritation peaked with Hop. Whatever happened to the rivals that acted like jerks? That's what made beating them so satisfying. Like, I'll freaking smell you later, Gary Oak, you stupid man whore. Hop is the complete opposite of what I want a rival to be like. Always happy, always ready to take on the next challenge. It just annoys the crap out of me. Be mad, be a jerk that hates my guts so I can beat you senseless without feeling any emotion. And after I do, he's always, oh shucks, you got me good. like, no, that's not what I don't like that. That's not what my ideal rival attitude looks like, and it sucks butt. Another thing that really annoys me about Hop is that he's always rushing into situations, which usually results in something bad. Now, I don't know about you, but overly eager characters are probably my least favorite characters. Just wait a hot second. If I could, I would grab him by the shirt and plant him on the ground for trying to catch the bad guy. You brain dead loser. Let the other 10-year-old handle this. Also, Hop. What kind of name is that? Maybe I just don't know the etymology behind his name, but even if it's the coolest backstory I've ever heard behind a name, when it results in Hop, it loses all credibility. Hop is what you name a baby kangaroo, not your child. Sure, he wants to be champion after his brother, and it is kind of neat that he smacks his face before a battle like his older brother does too, but those little hidden gems don't disguise all the coal I have to go through to get to it. Last, but certainly not least, probably my least favorite on the list, which ironically is number 1, we have Hugo from God Eater 3. Honestly, a lot of characters from this game could have gone on this list. Heck, my favorite character in the game so far is this little girl named Fim, and it's probably because she just doesn't talk too much. But by far my least favorite is ironically your best friend within the game. I don't know if I'm growing out of anime, or if these characters are so stupidly slapped with dialogue to move the story that it makes them so unrealistic. I don't know what it is, but I'm not a fan. Now, I haven't finished the game yet, so my opinion may completely change to me hating his guts even more. I don't know. I get it that he technically has to speak for 2 characters because our character is silent, but does this guy ever shut up? He's always on and on about the future and how we can make it out of here alive. No, that we will make it out of here alive, and our friendship and how we will show the world our true potential, blah, 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 blah. Like, put a cork in it. And by it, I mean every hole that exists on your body. If he mentioned stuff like this every once in a while, it wouldn't be that bad, and probably somebody else would have taken his spot. But he acts like this righteous warrior that needs to perform a monologue every 5 minutes. Less talk, more fight, because the gameplay is actually really fun, but with you talking in my ear more than half the time, I leave. Fellow friends and family, thank you so much for watching today's video. I very much enjoyed making this, and hopefully you enjoyed watching as well. I've always wanted to make a video that included a variety of video games, and I'll be doing this more often and quote-unquote spreading my wings, if you will. With that being said, if you guys want me to focus on a certain game from this list, like my favorite bosses from Evil Within 2, which I'll probably make anyway, or my favorite origami from God Eater 3, please let me know, and I'll be more than happy to do so. But for now, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you in the next video.